You feeling better? You good now?
The cough is gone.
Yeah.
Now I just have an endless supply of drainage and mucus and snot. I was drowning in my own mucus for 3 hours last night trying to sleep.
Pleasant. Yeah.
Yes. Hacking up this, hacking up that, coming up from my throat, snorting it down from the top, and just not good. How about you? You tested positive when?
Today's the best I felt. What day is it today? Thursday.
It's your birthday, so
Thursday. I think it was.
Just keep your head down like that so everybody can read your hat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my hat. Keep calm.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
It's also a special occasion. You're either wearing a cardigan or a Hugh Hefner robe.
It's my little cardigan.
I couldn't tell from just from the upper third. I thought it might be a little Hugh Hefner action going on for your birthday.
It's not my half robe. No. Just went out for a quick bite to eat with Jay and T. We went to Dry Creek. It was good.
Oh, nice.
It's good. Yep. The DC BG was good. I am at day 6 today, I think.
Already?
7. So we lose track. I lose track of it because it kind of hit us all through in phases in the house here. So anyway, we're all tested negative now, which is a good thing.
Good.
That's all.
I haven't tested again, but because I heard you could test positive for like 6 months. Well, when in the height of COVID at my place of employment, you didn't have to test negative to go back to
just
work.
No symptoms. Yes. Yeah. I was bad for a couple of days, and then it took me I didn't get the cough that you have. I've got a bit of congestion, but my throat, like fever and throat and head congestion was just awful.
I had a ton of head congestion. I had a headache.
Yeah.
Body ache.
Yeah, body aches.
Probably extreme fatigue for a day.
I'm still feeling a bit fatigued.
And then the taste was off. But I think the taste is back all the way now.
Oh, yeah. My taste is not great at all. Everything. Yeah. It's just... Although my gin and tonic's not too shabby right now, my Hendrickson tonic, but it could...
I thought you were going a different route with the gin. I heard the gin. Where's the mute?
The gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. Okay, God, I thought you're wow.
A little muted.
Between the robe and the gin.
And we're heading down to Del Monte for a game of golf tomorrow.
Del Monte, where is that?
Part of the Pebble Beach group. You know, the Pro-Am plays at Del Monte, Pebble.
Oh, really?
Glass. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the oldest course down there.
Since when did they play Del Monte?
Beautiful. Play quite often in their rotation of the 4 courses for the Pro.
Yeah, because they used to the old one that they ousted was Cypress Point, right?
Yeah, they don't play Cypress anymore.
Yeah, and so they were playing like Monterey Country Club or something like that.
Club. Yeah.
And Spyglass and Pebble.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard of the Del Monte. Okay.
Yeah, I've never played Pebble. Obviously, I played Spanish Bay and I played Poppy Hills. So I figured this one's.
Oh yeah, Poppy Hills was a big one. My dad was not a fan of playing Poppy Hills.
I do not like playing Poppy Hills either. Yeah. I don't blame you. Dad is right. It's not an easy golf course. Beautiful, but bloody hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe what I remember him saying is, you never have a flat lie. Everything is on a little bit of a hill.
And lots of trees and lots of sand.
Well, what's your handicap now? About a 6?
17.
17? Oh. Well,
but I don't really record a lot of my scores. And it's probably, at this time of the year, it's probably closer to 20. And then when it gets...
What do you mean at this time of the year? It's January 4th.
No, I mean...
What are you talking about?
Seasonally. Because it'll get lower as I start playing more in March, April, May, June, July, August. Then I'll get down to maybe about a 14, something like that.
Oh, you're a seasonal guy.
Yeah, I just can't play.
You need the warm weather and.
I need time. It's time, dude. I was just talking to Tina and Jay about this at dinner. Just need time to get out and just get some more balance in my life. This is my commitment. My commitment is to. I realized something when I was in the hospital with Jay with the concussion.
When was that?
Oh, she got concussed on Monday. The last Monday of the last week of school, while playing.
So early polo. December.
Yeah, while playing water polo.
I didn't know that.
She was doing shooting practice. I don't know why we didn't talk about it on Thursday. I think we did. Oh, was that the Thursday we didn't do because you were sick? Or it was a quick one because you were sick? I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe.
And what had happened was basically she was shooting practice and she's trying to block the shots, which is hard as a goalie in water polo. Then one hit ricochets off the back of the goalpost and hits her right on the ear, on the side of the head, and boom. So they got to get her out and then call us. We got to get her to the emergency room and get her.
Did she like black out, lose consciousness?
Yeah, but temporarily.
Okay. Well, that's not good in the water.
Dazed and confused and all that. But then she comes around quickly, but she can't see, and her pupils are like huge, big pupils.
Wow.
So she's real sensitive to light, headaches, head pressure. So then she's on medication. She's got to go to the doctors every kind of like 36 to 48 hours for check-in to go through this, like
she's in protocol.
Yeah, exactly. And 2 weeks of no athletics whatsoever. And that was at the beginning of her finals week too. So she was all stressed out about getting into finals week and stuff like that. But she ended up acing all the finals. And I think her lowest score in the final was 92. So she did great, bless her.
No. She must get that from her mom. So, yeah. Yeah. Well,
all right. Week 18. I can't believe
you ready to go? I mean, happy birthday. Yeah. What are you? Well, hold on. This is your 59 again, right?
Botox, baby. I look good.
God. Yeah. Week 18.
53
I think,
today.
What's that?
It's at 53 today.
Are you really 53?
53.
Wow.
I know. Thanks.
Let's talk about week 17 because there's one of these games that I do want to talk about.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, no, my whoa was, I'm surprised you're admitting it, the real number. Usually you don't disclose the real number.
Well, who said I did?
Well, okay. Never mind.
Okay. Back to it. Yeah. So Baltimore Ravens.
Smashing.
We knew it. We knew it from the get-go.
Yeah. That was easy.
Love that team.
You got to give me credit for the Bears. I called that one almost exactly to the score.
I do.
I said my spreadsheet likes the Falcons.
Yep.
I think they're going to get absolutely blasted by the Bears. I think I said it was going to be 31-13. It was 37-17.
Yeah,
ass kicking.
Yeah. Looking at my notes from last week. Yeah. Yeah.
Raiders, we squeaked that one out.
We did. We liked it, but it squeaked it.
Hated that pick.
Yeah.
On Sunday morning when I went and did my RYP picks and I did my pregame.com picks.
Yeah.
So I actually took Indy in RYP at -2.5, and I got the Raiders +4.5 morning of the game. So I middled that one.
Nice.
Won on all of them.
Nice.
This is the one I want to talk about. Carolina was a bad pick.
Yeah.
Not that they lost. I was thinking about it. They got smashed. We didn't. I thought we picked Tennessee.
So did I.
But in the pick, did I pick the wrong? Did I put the wrong picks in?
No, you put Tennessee on your. You took Tennessee in Circa though. You put the right.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Yeah, because the line went down to like 3.5, and the contest line was 5.5.
No, last week,
but Carolina was a bad pick.
Yes, it was.
For this reason, we took the worst team in the NFL on the road against a team that was desperate, that had to win to stay in first place and have an advantage for playoff positioning. We took the worst team in the NFL. Even though Trevor Lawrence was out and Beathard was in, we obsessed over that and we forgot about the even bigger picture, which is Carolina's awful. And I think they're going to be terrible. And I would take the under on them next year, regardless of the number right now, because the owner's a lunatic. He's throwing drinks at people. He's had a terrible hiring record. They traded the number 1 pick this year to take Bryce Young last year.
Yeah.
They're a disaster.
So I would just say to that. Okay.
You're right. Thank you. Let's talk about this. No, right. Okay.
But the data on teams in the last 2 weeks of the season who have nothing to play for, playing against teams who must win, is way, way more in their advantage. And the data is just skewed significantly that way. So,
right. But is this one of those teams?
Not last week, but I like him this week.
Oh, bloody hell,
Now, I know
no.
you're not going to take him in this, and we're not going to touch him in this, but when I can get 5.5 on them against Tampa Bay on RYP, I'm on them. Damn sure.
And if Tampa Bay wins, they win the division and they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
with the fiasco that's happening with the owner,
yeah, but and Tampa Bay,
the owner's going to be suspended, or
like Indianapolis Colts. They're both these fraud teams that are luckier than they are good. So sometimes it's better to be luckier than good, like my golf game. But frauds. This is Carolina at home, last game of the season. I like it. 5.5 points.
Wow.
Same reason I like Tennessee this week. Anyway,
is Carolina on my list? No. Tampa Bay is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tampa Bay is the 5th best, according to my data.
Yeah,
they're the 5th best option this week. Although week 18 data,
yeah, come on.
I would actually move them up because that is a that's a competitive game.
No. Anyway, yeah, and then we had Seattle, which was just a shit the bed, absolute disaster.
Yeah,
awful.
I think we need to have a little therapy session. You've overrated Seattle all season long.
They need one more game to go over their win total.
Yeah, but week to week, you've been too high on them.
Yeah,
you've been flying up there with the Seahawks.
Seattle is, to me, is like New York Giants to you.
No, I bailed on the Giants real early.
No, you didn't. You've liked them all season. All these little.
No, they were terrible for half the season.
Worst team.
I mean, embarrassed. Maybe the worst team in the league for the first half of the year.
Absolutely awful.
And then they've been competitive the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Still not good, but.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Our season's 46, 37, and 2. We're up there with the top level. And I'm looking at the data that's coming around from all these pro pickers.
57.5 is winning.
We're up there.
Well, I know we're not up there, but 57.5 right now is in the number one position. So we're, again, I mean, it's so interesting. We talk about this and it's like, oh, we went 3-2 and I feel like it's a bad week. We went 3-2. I feel like it's a bad week. We go 2-3. It's like a disaster. So if you look at it, if we have one more win per week, we're ahead by 5 games.
Yeah.
Not that easy to do, but
I know.
It's doable. It's doable.
I like this a lot. And I liked one I texted you about when I found out that they do a season over-under competition. I like that a lot.
I did not know that. We need to talk about that.
We are. Oh, yes.
Okay. You want to talk this week?
Let's get on to it.
I have done the least amount of research for any week this entire season. I haven't even put in all my cover rate data. So I have none of that. I've strictly got my drive summary and point differential stuff.
Do you have your top 5?
What's that?
Do you have your top 5 picks?
I don't have a top 5. I've got the list that I sent you just in order. So sorry, I'm going to have to clear my throat so much. There are just a lot of games that I wouldn't touch this week because of just a total lack of motivation for a lot of teams.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's upside and downside. I mean, I think if you know what's going on, we can use it to our advantage a little bit. So let's see what you got. Let's go.
Let's start with the first one, which I think is interesting. Steelers and Ravens.
Yes.
Steelers have to win. Ravens aren't playing anybody. What do you think?
I'm going on the coach, Harbaugh here. Baltimore Ravens, backup quarterback Huntley is no mug. Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think they want to do any more travel. I don't think they want to get up to too much extra work. I know they're not going a long way, but I think they're done. They've won their, what is it? How many 15 years or 15 seasons or something that this guy's got to be?
I think it's more than that.
A winning season or something stupid. I think they're tired, the Steelers. I think they've been whacking it around all the time, battling. I think the Ravens are going to rest a few key players. They've got good players in behind them. Harbaugh does not throw games away, does not want to lose. They win. 3.5 points as a dog.
3.5 point dog for the Ravens.
I think the early line before this was something like, not the early line, but I think one of the things I listened to this week, somebody had said that they're probably double digit if this was, a regular season game, double digit favorites.
Yeah, you want to know what my number is on this game?
Probably like
and my data is straight up like this for the middle of the season.
Yeah.
20.5 points.
I mean, I can't believe they're a dog. Like, to me, this is number one of my 5 bets this week.
Really?
I love it. Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Love
okay.
It. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm going to make a note. I finally, after 18 weeks, have multiple like data sources up on my screen at once without screwing up the recording. I wouldn't touch this game. I would take Pittsburgh, but this is not one that I would like. That I like.
Love Baltimore in this game.
Houston, Indianapolis. What do you think?
Not really that interested in this game, to be honest. I think Indianapolis are frauds. I like Houston. If I had to pick, I'd take Houston to win. That's my level of interest.
Okay. This line opened Houston plus 2 or 2.5. Loved Houston as a dog. I do think the Colts play better at home. Houston is on the map as one of my teams. I would still take Houston -1. I think they're the better team. This would be one of my top 5 plays, probably.
Purely, they're a better team. That's it. They're in my second tier question mark list if I have to dig deeper. But,
okay.
Yeah.
How about Cowboys, Commanders?
Love it. All over the Cowboys. Cowboys are going to win. They're going to smash them. You know they want it. You know they want to knock the Eagles off the top spot. You know they want that.
They already have.
They're going to win. They're going to smash them. They're going to destroy the Commanders. I think, what was it last season when the Commanders, similar game, similar time of the season, and Commanders beat them, what, by 30 points or something silly like that?
Well, and that gives you more confidence in Dallas?
I love Dallas. I love Dallas right now.
I love Dallas to win this game. I don't know about 13 points, though.
CeeDee Lamb, 67 yards behind Tyreek.
Oh, God. Oh, wait a second. Let me throw this up. We have a CeeDee Lamb mentioned. So let's put CeeDee Lamb up there.
Come on. I got money on this guy. 67 yards.
I know you have money on this guy, which is why you have to disclose all this stuff.
They'll spank him. They're going to spank Washington.
What about the quarterback for Washington? How's your bet going on that?
I don't know who he is. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, this is Sam Howell. He's right there. I'm going to put him up there for you.
I mentioned him. Take him off. That's you mentioned him, not me.
I tried to set you up for it. All right. You're right. We'll take him off.
Not interested in it. Not interested. I told you what's happening in this game. They're getting spanked by Dallas. It's a top 5.
That wasn't a bad bet, by the way.
I know.
Your Howell bet wasn't a bad bet.
Yeah, it was. He just got crappy in the last 5 weeks of the season.
He got crappy, but
he was leading.
They were throwing all the time because it's kind of what Bieniemy wants to do, and they were behind a lot. So the logic was there.
The logic was there. I liked my bet. He just suddenly stopped being able to play.
Yeah. Well,
but I also
it sucks when that happens.
I liked my bet on CeeDee Lamb. I got money coming.
Yeah, you've had a couple big ones from CeeDee Lamb.
I have. And 67 yards is all he needs, more than Tyreek Hill, which is interesting because they play in the afternoon and we've got the Bills and Dolphins playing in the evening. So I'll know CeeDee Lamb data before Tyreek goes, and I'll be hoping the Bills squash Tyreek. Yeah,
I think the advantage goes to whoever's playing second in that game.
I'm aware. Huh.
So what are their stats right now?
66 yards ahead is Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill is still ahead of CeeDee Lamb after he had 200 something yards last week?
400 yards ahead until recently.
Holy cow.
I think I got CD at 14-1.
Woo! How much did you put down on that?
Just $50.
Okay, well that's no.
Well, that's $750 and the back skyrocket. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I hope you win that one.
I want to win that one.
I hope you win that one. That'll cover a few of your future losses.
No, I need more than that. I need a few more wins this week.
Yeah,
a few more futures.
We've got a couple that are still going. All right, 4. I would not take the Cowboys. I don't trust the Cowboys. They'll win, but
they'll spank
I think they could very easily get a lead, play lackadaisical, and you get a backdoor cover there, and it sucks.
21 points up at halftime, and they'll win by 17.
Okay.
16, 15.
Niners, Rams.
What a stupid game this is. There's nobody playing. Yep. I'm glad you sold your tickets. Smart move.
I haven't. I'm probably going to go because nobody wants to buy them.
I know. I was going to say, I thought you sold them. I was telling Tina, I said, how smart he is. He sold these at the beginning of the season.
No, not these ones.
No quarterbacks playing. Hardly anybody playing. I just don't like the game.
Nope. Nope. I thought the Rams might play some of their players if they had a feel for whether they wanted to go to Dallas or to Detroit, if there was any advantage there. But Stafford's not playing. Cubs probably not going to play. I would have taken the Rams because I figured the Niners weren't going to play anybody, and the Rams would probably want to win. But I would stay off this one. I think it's a stupid game. It's a preseason game. It doesn't make any difference at all.
I don't like it, and I think the Rams would like Detroit over anything else. We thought, well, maybe they'll play some people, but
Would you rather play Dallas or Detroit? They played Dallas this year and got smashed.
I'd rather play Detroit.
Okay, even though a lot of people think Detroit just beat Dallas, even though they didn't win the game.
I'd rather play Detroit. Detroit's are more beatable than Dallas. If you're a traveling team, I'd rather go to Detroit and play Detroit. I do not want to go to Dallas.
Buffalo, Miami.
I'm not betting this game because I got money on these. I don't want Tyreek to do well, and I want Buffalo to win the division. I want Buffalo to win. I got a season bet on Buffalo winning the division. Come on.
So as unbiased as you can be, what do you think the better bet here is?
I believe right now that the best team is the Buffalo Bills out of these two. And I think the Buffalo Bills are going to play to win. They need to do well.
They have to win, don't they? They could still miss the playoffs.
I think so, depending on another few results. But
yeah, I guess they'll know whether they have to win or not before the game.
They're going to win. Miami's got too many injuries. Miami's not doing great.
They're not.
I don't think that they're up for the game per se, to be honest.
They have to be up for the game. They've been leading the division for like the whole season.
I don't.
And they're going to lose it on the last week of the season at home on Sunday Night Football?
I don't think they are. I think they need to be. They don't look good to me.
No, they don't look good. They are a little banged up. I think the smart money here is on Miami +3. I think it's a division rivalry. It's a rematch of an earlier game when Buffalo kicked their ass.
Yeah.
They're playing at home. They're getting 3 points. I think Miami's the side here. I don't know who wins the game. I think it's going to be a good game, competitive game, but I think Miami's the side taking the points.
I just want Buffalo taking the division, give me putting some money back in my futures. That's all.
All right. Saints, Falcons.
I don't like the game, but I would pick the Saints. I picked them last week. Liked them last week. We should have backed them last week. You didn't like my of the New Orleans Saints?
No, I hate the Saints.
There was a great position last week, and it was just easy.
Obvious.
They win again.
Game on the road against a team that's better than they are. They were gonna.
Yeah, well, look at the Bucs last week. What did they do? They did nothing, and here they are.
No, they had a lot of turnovers.
And here they are this week.
I think they had 4 turnovers.
And now they're going away from home again to the mighty Carolina Panthers, and they're destined for an ass whooping by the Panthers. I'm telling you, this Bucs are a fraudulent team.
I would take the Saints this week.
Yes.
I've done decent picking with the Falcons and against the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons are very good on the road, although I think this is because it's indoor, it's still in a dome. It's not going to be like going to Chicago playing in the snow last week. No. So, but it is a rematch. Atlanta won the first meeting. This game, the Saints have to win this. Well, I guess both teams have to win this game, although I don't think Atlanta's that good. I've got the Saints are in the top half of my picks this week. I've actually got them 6 points better than the Falcons. So I would take a strong look at taking the Saints.
Oh, yeah. I like the Saints this week.
Okay.
They're in my second tier column.
Second tier. Your second tier is pretty good. Eagles, Giants.
Yeah, I love this game. Again.
Talk to me about it.
God, I hate the Giants, but they've hung around. They're like sticky. They're just sticky.
Don't tell me you're going to tell me to take the Giants in this game.
What the hell? Eagles went 10-1 and 1-4. They look like a bag of crap. Now everybody's angry, upset, and pissed off. They're going to go out in the first half. And the first half, they're going to spank the Giants. They're going to look at the clock and the scoreboard and see Dallas at 21 up at halftime against Washington. They're going to take everybody off the field and rest them. And the Giants come back and cover or win. That's the game script. Mark my words.
That's not a bad game script.
I'm telling you, that's what's happening. I know. I've seen it in my dream.
And, well, I guess the Eagles, this is the situation that Cowboys were in last year, where it was like, yes, they could win, and if the Eagles lose, then maybe they win the division or they improve their seeding or whatever. It's the role reversal here. Philadelphia could win, and if Dallas loses, then they win the division. They play at home. Chances of that happening are not likely. You make a good point. There could be quite a bit of scoreboard watching. If Dallas is ahead, they have absolutely no reason to play. They can't fall any worse than fifth.
Yep.
And if Dallas wins, they can't improve their seed at all.
And
so interesting. Interesting angle.
Yes.
My number here.
Yes.
And this is without any, again, my data does not look at motivation and all this other stuff. I was going to say it was 5.6, but it's 5.6 better than the spread. So I've got the Eagles by like 10. I don't think it's relevant. If your game flow is accurate, the point spread doesn't matter in this game.
I would be surprised if Philly wins the game.
Well, and that's possible. So hold on. You really like the Giants. The Giants are in your top 5.
Dallas are spanking. Yeah, Dallas New York Giants are in the top 5. Dallas is spanking Washington. So scoreboard watching is going to happen.
Sure.
And that what's his name? Sirianni's going to make some changes.
Yeah, even though they haven't been playing well, you don't think he wants to?
No.
They're kind of a mess.
They're a mess.
I think they've got issues at coaching, yes, which I talked about in the preseason. I mean, they lost both their coordinators. The coordinators have done okay. The Arizona hasn't won a ton of games, but
this is not the Eagles team of last season.
No.
Even you and I were saying they weren't looking good. You can go back to some of our early ones, and I'm saying the Eagles just don't look like they were. And I think they're even worse right now. They're a team to stay off, and this script is just great for the Giants. And at 5 points, this is just a smart bet.
Okay, you might have swayed me on that one. I would have stayed away from it, but I think you make some good points. I might ride with the Giants with you. Bengals and Browns.
Bengals have nothing to play for, do they? Except a bit of pride.
Are they out?
Yeah,
they're not out, are they?
They're out.
Are they?
To play for? Yep, they're out.
Okay.
So, do Cincy go after them because they got beat earlier in the season and try to just spank a half put together team by what's his name, Stefanski, whatever they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Or does Cleveland just come out with half a team and still beat up on whoever's out there for Cincinnati? I just don't know, and I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't have a good feel for this game. No interest in this one at all.
No interest.
Complete stay away. Packers, Bears.
Well, Packers cash for me, so that's good. So that's a future that I enjoyed winning on.
Mm-hmm.
So now I really don't care. I do not have Chicago as a future. I thought I did. I didn't. I felt great. I felt great when I realized I wasn't losing another ticket. So that was good.
So you can be objective about this.
Yes. So I think Chicago is coming in as the trending better team here. I think Green Bay generally has Chicago's number. I think the stats show that Green Bay tends to whip Chicago 9 times out of 10. If I had to put a bet on this, I think I'd take the 3 points with the Bears, but I'm going to watch it.
Okay. This game, I took an early number on pregame.com for the SuperContest. As soon as I saw it on Monday morning, I jumped on the number. Before I did any analysis, any data entry, nothing.
3.5 on the Bears?
I took Green Bay minus 2.5.
Oh, minus 2.5 on Green Bay.
I did the data. Chicago's the side. So I'm torn. And I want Chicago to lose. Yeah. I thought Green Bay looked really good last week, but Minnesota is just a shell of what they should be. Their defense isn't good. Their offense isn't good. Their defense isn't good because their offense isn't good. They got no chance.
Lost a ton of money on that stupid team.
Yeah.
It's all down to Kirk Cousins. I blame Kirk Cousins. But
well, I mean, yeah, that happened.
Green Bay must win this game.
Yeah, if they win, they're in.
Yeah, so they must win.
There's huge motivation. Chicago's probably playing. Chicago's been playing pretty well. They've won, I think, 4 of the last 5.
They're the better team of the 2 right now, I think.
Maybe at the moment, with everything on the line,
And you know,
Chicago playing spoiler. Green Bay has to win to make the playoffs. I think it's a really interesting game. I've already got one bet on Green Bay.
It's too much in it for me. Can't bet at the Westgate. We should leave this alone in the Westgate because it really could swing in either direction.
Okay. My data says Chicago's the team, the side.
Yeah, I mean,
even though I took Green Bay blindly minus 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago's would be where I would go with it, like I said at the beginning.
Okay. What's up next? Seattle, Arizona.
Seattle must win. I knew something was. That's why I didn't say anything. Something stupid was coming. Something stupid had to come. They have. They've been sticking themselves all season. The doofuses. They've got to win this, though. You know that they've got to win this. They've got to win this on multiple counts. They've got to win this for Philthy McNasty because they've got an over ticket at 8.5, and they're at 8-8. What are they? 8-8? Yeah. So they've got to win. I don't like them in this game, though. I prefer the Cardinals because the Cardinals put a spanking on the lowly Eagles. But I think the Seahawks are going to get over there. I think the Seahawks are just going to smash them. I think they're going to spank them silly and say, who are you, the Arizona Cardinals? We need this 9-8. We need to get to the playoffs. Just watch Kenneth Walker roll right over you for 3 touchdowns and 160 yards.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch this one.
Me neither.
I would probably take Arizona plus 2.5, but I've been pretty down on the Eagles. You've been high on the Eagles all season. I've been low on the Eagles.
Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that I'm waiting till the last game of the season to cash this bet because I thought it would be done and dusted earlier.
Overall, they're probably a better team than Arizona, but they just don't play that well.
They look boring as sin. They play like a tub of cold molasses. There's nothing to what other happens. Unless Kenneth Walker's got.
Is that true? Because I see DK Metcalf having big plays all the time.
He's doing all right, but he's not having big plays all the time. He's having big plays occasionally. Their defense isn't great. Their O-line's not great either. It's just.
Yeah, I think I've got a student that's a big Seahawks fan. He just said Geno Smith has not had a good year.
He's not, and he's not had a great year. But I need this. I know
Buffalo. You need it.
I need Buffalo.
You need it like I need Green Bay.
Yes. I want Green Bay for you. I really do. All right, moving on. We're not touching it.
Yep. Patriots, Jets.
I didn't even know this was a game this week. That's how interested I am in that one.
For some reason, I'm really intrigued by this game, and I would take New England. It has nothing to do with maybe it's Belichick's last game. I have no idea if any of that rumor stuff is true or if they're even really talking about it. For some reason, I just like New England in this game. My data supports New England. It's just kind of a random feel.
Yeah.
It's a random feel. I like the Patriots minus 1.5. Jags, Titans.
My number 2 bet.
Okay. Where are you going?
All day, Mike Vrabel, baby. He is fucking livid. He is livid after the debacle last week. They're still out there. The team's still out there trying to score. They are absolutely terrible. I think this is great. What can Mike Vrabel do? He can stop the Jags from getting in. Let's put a beating down on the Jags with or without Trevor Lawrence. 5.5 points as a dog. You know what his stats are? What is his stats? I don't know what his stats are. 24, 12, and 2 against the spread as a dog. Come on, Mike Vrabel. Come on. Excuse me. I'm on this. Love it all day long. They are just going to make, and I want this for another reason.
I think you might go 0-5.
I like this for another reason because Jacksonville Jags lose this game. I cashed that one under 10. I need to. I don't want to just push that one.
You don't want to push it. Well, at least, worse, you got a push out of it.
Yeah, but I want to win because I like that bet from the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you did.
My under, and I think I'm going to get it. I think Vrabel's going to piss him off big time.
Gosh.
Henry's last game. He's going to play hard. He's going to play hard. He's going to barrel through them. He's
at Tennessee. They do have good stats as a dog. They play better. They play better at home. They play better as a dog.
Yes, come on. Come on, everything
but nothing to play. I mean,
but that's
is it advantageous for them to lose in the draft?
Final 2 weeks of the season, when a team with nothing to gain playing against a must-win team.
That number is not right.
It's right.
164 and 4.
I listened to it twice to be sure I listened to it correctly. Last 2 weeks of the season, when you've got a dirge team with nothing left against a must-win team against the spread.
164 and 4.
That's the data.
There's no way that is an accurate stat.
Then I listened to some Buffon.
Yeah, maybe John Luigi Buffon talking about different kind of football. Jesus Christ. There is no ATS stat that is 164 to 4. GG Buffon.
I listened twice with closed captions.
I don't believe that.
I know, it's interesting. I thought it was bizarre, but I like it enough, and I like this enough to think this is an absolute banker. I'm even taking it in Run Your Pool. It's only 4.5.
Wow. Well, we underestimated Jacksonville last week, and we overestimated Tennessee last week. So you're playing the variability game, which is fine.
You're interested.
God, I don't know if I could do that one.
I know, but you're interested. There's something exciting about
it. No, the 164 and 4 makes me like it less because I don't think that's real data. There is no.
That's what he said.
164 and 4 ATS. I don't think there's any stat ever ATS that's that good.
I'll listen to it twice.
So, well, how many games does that apply to? And the other thing is, when they have nothing to gain, like, does Tennessee have something to gain by losing? I mean, is that included in the I don't have anything to gain?
No idea. I just think they're already done. They're already out. Nothing to play for against a team with everything to play for. But I think this is what Mike Vrabel needs to finish. This is their Super Bowl. This is the Titans Super Bowl. It's the only thing that'll salvage their season. Getting off here with a win, kicking out the Jags. They finish the season on a high. They go to Cabo, and then they rebuild their team. Done deal. Let's go.
Boy, you need to send that to the like PR person in Tennessee or some HR person to get your inspirational speech there for the squad. I think they might lay down like a welcome mat. Because again, I don't know, no. Is it advantageous for them to lose? Do they have somebody targeted in the draft? They get a better draft pick.
It doesn't matter. Nothing's affected by that. There is nothing for them to gain by losing this game at all.
But there could be.
It's the same as the Carolina Panthers. They can't get the first pick if they lose. So they're not going to lose.
No, they have absolutely nothing to play for because they're stupid and they're a shitty organization. And you want to bet on that.
I do.
Boy, I don't know. This stat...
All right, so do you like that 5.5 for the Titans, or you don't?
I don't.
All right,
I don't like that.
It's one of the top 3 bets on this ball. I'm telling you right now.
Well, you said 2 earlier, so you're already downgrading it.
No, I said it's.
You don't even believe it. You still, even if you listen to that stat twice, you don't even believe it.
One of the top 3. I already said because I've already told you I like New York Giants and Dallas. So it's one of my top 3. I got top 5.
Hold on a second. Why doesn't that apply to the Washington Commanders, that stat? They have nothing to play for.
But they can't cover. They're not going to cover that many points because Dallas is going to win the division.
Well, 13's a whole hell of a lot more than 5.5.
Yeah, no, it's just nonsense.
Yeah, you got a logic issue here.
Dallas is already in, but they're trying to spank the other team out so they can win the division. It's a different game to play for. Jacksonville's got their whole season on the line. Cowboys don't.
Jacksonville, if they win the division, just like Dallas.
I don't know if that's true. Is that
true?
That
is true because they're still winning the division. So how could they win and not win the division? They're leading the AFC South right now.
Still, either way.
Actually, I think they're all tied. Except for Tennessee, who you love.
I do love Tennessee. Tennessee, you're going to beat them. It's the only really thing that matters.
Okay. Not even a cover. You have an outright dub. You have an outright win for Tennessee, is what you're telling me.
Well, so the win is Philthy's win. The cover is the brain win.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
My brain says they're going to cover, but my heart needs the Jacksonville Jaguars to win.
I mean, my rankings got Tennessee's the side.
Well, then why do you argue so much when you can hear that I'm on a good play here?
Well, because they don't all win. Like I've got little arrows next to the ones that I like, and there's no arrow next to Tennessee. It's in the top half. It's in the top 16. It's in the sides you should consider.
This is one where,
but it doesn't have an arrow next to it.
When we do our season review show, you're gonna go, you know what? I should have listened to you more on that week 18 bet, Phil.
I don't know. You have 2 0-5s on your resume and a 1-4 last week because you got lucky. You could have had a third 0-5.
Wait, and run your pool?
Yes. With that said, your record is still better than mine.
I was going to say,
I give you that.
Go put your head in a vat of butter and start all over again.
But I haven't had an 0-5.
You haven't. It's all right. You don't need an 0-5 if you're that far down the table. You're never going to get out of it. So come on. Pull your head out your ass. Move on. You don't like it.
I don't like it. Raiders, Broncos. Let's go.
I was just looking at my notes. I have nothing on this game. I think I completely missed it, except for the fact that I need Denver to win for another season bet.
We need Denver.
Yeah.
But
I can't bet it because I think the side is probably the Raiders. But
I've got data's on the Raiders, but this is a double-edged sword on my data. So my data is skewed on the Raiders and skewed in favor of the Raiders, and it's skewed against Denver. So I'm not quite sure what to make of the number that I have because the Raiders pounded the Chargers at home a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So they got that 63-point win in my data set 3 times for the season, within the last 3 weeks, and at home. On the Denver side, it's got the 70 that they gave up to Miami in twice on the road and for the season data. So I'm not sure what the numbers should be. If I'm looking at just a betting line, I think -2.5 is probably the right way to go. I would love Denver to win this game. I don't think Denver plus 2.5 is a bad pick. I just think at 2.5, if you're a believer in the strength of the numbers of the 3, the 7, the 10, the 14, whatever those numbers are, you're going to want to take the -2.5.
Yeah, 100% agree. I just need Denver to win. Well, the fact that I've got 2 damn tickets on this by mistake, I need them to win.
So you have Denver instead of Chicago.
No, I have Denver instead of the Baltimore Ravens over. I got Baltimore on my playoffs bet. But you don't have Baltimore on the over? No, because that was like the first bet you made, wasn't it? Well, obviously didn't. Denver was one of the first bets I made instead of the later bet. I went back to put Denver on because I put Baltimore on the first time around. Although I didn't. Except you didn't put Baltimore on. Oh shit! You need to have somebody make your bets for you because this is 2 years in a row you've had some goofy things. Although last year it worked in your favor, right? I won. You had Raiders over. Bloody hell! I put the wrong bet in. It's supposed to be Raiders under. It was Seattle, and I won big off that one. Yeah, you cashed easy. Okay, that one. I don't know where to go with that one. Probably take the Raiders. Maybe I'll take the Raiders in one and Denver in another. I don't like it at all. Detroit, Minnesota. I don't like this one either. I just don't like it. I'm not interested anymore. Vikings have pissed me off so much and Detroit sucks, so I'm out. Yep. The Vikings have no quarterback. No. You tell me about Brian Flores all the time. Their defense hasn't been very good, but I think their defense isn't very good because their offense is so shitty. Correct. They know if they give up any points, the game's over. Yeah. I don't know what Detroit's doing. I think they probably play some of their guys, I think, just because I think that's their mentality. But if they're scoreboard watching too with Dallas, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they can get to number 2. They need to stop belly aching about the game last week. They tried to outsmart everybody. They ended up outsmarting themselves and the official, and it was a stupid play anyway. Dan Campbell, come on, pull your head out your ass, dude. All right, moving on. Bucks, Panthers. Right, you need to say anything more about this? I would take Tampa Bay for sure. Panthers all day long. Love Panthers. All right, so just gonna mess the party up. We've got a sword fight on this one because I got Tampa Bay
Tampa Bay is, I think I mentioned this. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. They're 5th on my list, and there's some garbage at the top. So I think Tampa Bay is one of the better bets here. Carolina's terrible. Let's not forget Carolina's terrible. Let's not forget they fired their coach who was terrible. Let's not forget the guy who hired their coach, who's the owner, who's terrible, who's probably going to be suspended for this game because he's throwing drinks at opposing fans at their own stadium. This is brutal. Carolina's an embarrassment. They have no first round pick because they traded it away to get Bryce Young. They are an abject disaster. Tampa Bay is pissed that they lost last week, but it doesn't really matter because if they win this week, they win the division. They host a playoff game against the Eagles next week, regardless of what happens in the other games. This is Tampa Bay all the way.
Absolute baloney. Baloney. Tampa Bay is a big fraud team. They're not going to play well. They're really not. I mean, I get the issues with Carolina, and particularly the stupid owner, but he doesn't affect the players on the field. It's their
it does. It affects everything. They're an embarrassing organization.
Yeah, they are
embarrassing.
But there's some professional athletes who are good, and they're going to go out there, and for their own sakes, their own livelihoods, and for the team and the camaraderie and the brotherhood of them, they're going to spank those Bucs that are a jumped-up team of nothingness, and it's the Panthers covering. They're
going to cash a check, make sure they don't get hurt, and make their tee times at whatever course is behind you in your background there.
That's your day, baby.
Well, I don't know if they're going all the way out there.
That's too far for them. They'll be heading out somewhere nice, sunny, and
they'll go to Quivera, your other home course.
Yeah. Cabo, get some real golf going.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we're definitely on the opposite side of this one.
100%.
I'll take Tampa Bay.
Panthers Day.
Even though it's division dog at home, I've used that logic for Miami. Yeah, I don't like Carolina. It was a shitty pick last week. So maybe I'm feeling scorned because it was a stupid pick last week.
It's the NFL, baby. Come on.
Yeah, play the variability. That's the best thing you could say. They were shitty last week. They're going to be better this week.
Come on.
You could say the same thing about Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Chargers, Chiefs.
Nothing.
Chiefs have nothing to play for. Usually they beat the hell out of teams in week 18. But and the Chargers have no clue what they're doing.
My only interest in this game at all is that the Chiefs are a dog. That's my only interest. It's like seeing the Ravens as a dog. It's just like, come on, you idiots. But Chiefs are terrible.
They're not terrible, but they're not playing anybody, right? They have no gain anywhere.
The Ravens and the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. That's it.
Okay.
I got my big ticket on early on Niners winning the Super Bowl. God, I hope they do. But if not, I'll have a cover.
You took the Niners win the Super Bowl? Usually you're down on the Niners.
No, I took the Niners to win the Super Bowl at 5-1.
That's not bad.
That wasn't bad. Only $100, but I'll take it. It's a Super Bowl bet.
You'll take it. That'll be interesting if we make our way to either Reno or Vegas before the Super Bowl.
We have to.
Yeah. We're going to Vegas. Scratch the Reno idea.
No, not the week of the Super Bowl, dude. It's going to be like living in an ant farm.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter because I've contacted somebody at the Meridian to rent a place for the entire month of February. A 2-and-2 condo. This is only if the Niners make it now. Because I'm also going for the half marathon.
$10,000 for the month.
No, it's like 2.
No.
So we could be one of the ants.
It's going to be a fucking nightmare place to be.
I don't think so.
You won't be able to get a bet on anywhere because it'll be fucking hammered. Packed. We're going to try to go when the papers come out. So we're going to go with a couple of days to the Super Bowl when everybody and their dog is going to be already in town and everywhere's going to be packed with people. It's just going to be awful.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna make my plan for that until we know who's in the game.
Right.
Because if the Niners are in the game, I might go to Vegas anyway. Probably not going to go to the game, too expensive. I already looked at tickets. It's like to get in the building's like $15,000 or something. So that's not going to happen. But I could see myself being in Vegas for the game. Only if the Niners are in it at a watch party or something. You need so for the Reno plan, you need to let me know how we fly to Reno.
No, we're not. I'm going to drive to you. We're going to take your all-wheel drive with proper tires on, and I'll drive us there and back on a Thursday.
On a Thursday?
Thursday the 8th.
I have to take the day off.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I don't know if I can do that.
Big Jesse. I can't do that. But I'm going to go to fucking Vegas for a month.
No, I'm not going for a month. I'm just renting the place for a month. Like, I can't go for a month unless we strike for the entire month, for the entire semester.
You only work part-time. You don't have to take time off on a Thursday. Just call in, miss a couple of classes and put them all asynchronous like you normally do. You're fine.
I could do that.
I know you could.
I could be sick. I could have COVID. I could use my personal holiday, although I was going to use my personal holiday. Usually I use my personal holiday for the day after the Super Bowl, but I don't work on Mondays anyway.
I got 800 people I'm responsible for on Thursday. I have to leave them in the shit while I'm out driving to Reno with you.
Well, I'm an army of one.
They're probably better off without me.
All right, we need 5 teams here. I didn't really like any of your picks.
I didn't like yours. All right, we agree.
So hold on. Can we take the Saints? I think we both kind of like the Saints.
Yes.
Okay.
Saints, Ravens, Giants. We like.
Not we.
Yeah, we.
Which one did you have me leaning on? You had me leaning on the Giants. All right. So
you know the Ravens are going to cover at 3.5. You know that's happened. That's a bet you like.
I don't know that. I don't know that at all. So this is what I'll say. Pick either the Giants or Tennessee. The other one's not going to make on our card.
No, both of them need to be on. Bro, what are you picking in the rest of this garbage?
Okay. Then we're taking Tampa Bay.
You can't take Tampa. Okay.
What are we going to take? This is where I've got my little arrows. Vegas, Tampa Bay. Okay, then we're taking Miami. Miami, New England, New Orleans, Chicago, Houston. Let's take Houston.
Oh, I can take Houston. Yes.
All right.
So what are we at now? We're at Baltimore.
We have New Orleans and Houston. None of this other gibberish you're coming up with.
New Orleans and Houston. They're both yours, you numbnut.
You said you like both of them.
We need. Yes, but where are mine? I'm giving it. What are we giving in here? It's 2-2. You've got 2, so give me 2.
No, we both like no. The ones that I'm pushing for would be Tampa Bay. You're not letting Tampa Bay in. It doesn't sound like. And I would probably go Miami.
What have we agreed on so far? What's going?
New Orleans and Houston.
No. What about Baltimore and Tennessee and the Giants?
No on any of those.
No, you've got to put the
I could lean Giants. I could lean Giants.
You'd be foolish to leave the Giants off the board here. And I hate the Giants. You know I hate the Giants.
I know. That's like, I'm not sure we should do this because you've been right on the Giants most of the year.
I'm right again.
Okay, the New York Giants. You made a sound point with the Giants and the scoreboard watching because you think Dallas is going to hammer Washington. Yes, I don't like the spread on that game because 13.5 is too much for a backdoor cover.
It's 13.
They could take their foot off the gas. The Cowboys could take their foot off the gas real easy, give up 14 points in the last 5 minutes of the game.
CD Lamb's going to get 3 touchdowns and 220 yards and scorch Tyreek Hill. Come on.
But is he going to be playing in the second half after they're up by that many?
He's got to break the record. Yes, he's played till he breaks the record. You think CD
what record?
Lamb, the most receiving yards in a season in the NFL? Do you think he wants to get off the field? And if he's after he knows he's 66 yards behind Tyreek, he's at 120 yards at the end of the first half. Do you think he wants to leave only 45 yards up? No, he wants to stay on at least for another quarter, get another 100 yards and a touchdown. Come on, he's going.
I don't disagree with any of that. But here's the problem. You don't think Tyreek Hill, down by 120 yards, is going to go off for 85 in the first quarter with a 60-yard touchdown and then
Yes,
it's a tougher game. You're going to tell me it's a tougher game.
It's a tougher. It's a tougher game, and
I do.
The Bills are going to stuff. It's just it all lines up for CD, baby.
At 14-1. Wait a second. I'm slacking here.
Where's the pre?
I'm slacking here.
I want to see your pre. I want to find out what the data is. Betting odds for CD.
What happened? We've had a lot of CD Lamb love. I was going to put one of these up every time you mention CD Lamb. So I've got to do a few more of these. We've got the CD watch here. Got more CDs than freaking Tower Records back in the 80s.
So CD Lamb at, I don't understand who these people are here. CD Lamb, total receiving yards is currently at -110, -115. 14-1 I have on this dude.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is -10, -115. It can go either way. And
can go either way.
And I'm sitting on a nice paycheck on this one little half a unit bet.
Huge.
They're not pulling him off. They know he's so close to the most receiving yards in the NFL in the 23-24 season. Oh, they're going off Washington.
It's just not going to matter because the Dolphins play later.
It matters that they get a good lead and they do the best that they can against a shite secondary of Washington Commanders.
Washington actually didn't think played that bad against the Niners last week.
They're going to be absolutely torn apart.
Is that game in Dallas or Washington?
It's in Washington. I know. They're still going to get torn apart.
You don't think Washington's thinking, the one thing we're going to do is stop CeeDee Lamb?
No, they don't care. Washington's season's a debacle.
Okay, we still need two more teams.
Right, so we've got Baltimore, Tennessee, Carolina, Giants, and Dallas.
Those aren't our five. None of those are our five. Hold on. Baltimore, Tennessee, the Giants. What other gibberish did you say?
Carolina and Dallas.
Carolina and Dallas. Oh, my God. Wow.
I'm agreeing with you on New Orleans and Houston. You're agreeing with
we
me
both like those. Don't tell me that you're like bending the knee for New Orleans and Houston.
I'm bending one knee. Well, both. You're bending one knee to take the Giants. So we've got three going into this. What do you think about taking Seattle at -2.5 to spank Arizona? I think it's a sneaky little pick.
On my board, Arizona, Seattle is the closest margin. They're 16-17, less than a point apart. But it does favor Arizona. That one's 50-50. So if you want Seattle, I'll go Seattle with you on that one. In or just in consideration?
Well, if you're not interested in my Tennessee, Dallas, or Carolina options, I'm scrambling in my second tier now.
Which has been very better than your first tier, shockingly, based on what I've heard this evening.
Which consists of New Orleans, Houston, Seattle, Denver, Chicago.
Well, I don't think Chicago's a bad play. I don't want them to win.
What's the odds at Westgate?
Westgate for Chicago.
3.5?
Oh, let me put it back up.
Oh, 3.
It's 3.
I'd like it a bit more at 3.5, like RYP.
Sure you would.
RYP. Ah. All right, so where are we at? 4?
What do we put in? We put in Seattle?
Yeah. Seattle, New Orleans, Houston.
Seattle's at least close.
New York
I mean,
Giants.
I can tell you the Giants are on the
and I'll give you
almost
Tampa.
the bottom of my list.
What's the top of your list? Tell me what's the best one you've got this week.
This is the order. Again, this does not factor in motivation.
You have to give me your best pick. I want your best pick. Your no nonsense. This is going to win, Phil. Pick. Who's it going to be?
I can give you my
It's not a difficult
best
question.
bet or the one that I like the most.
No, we're talking about making us win 5-0 this week. Your best one.
I'd probably take Miami. You didn't like that. Tell about your reaction.
It's not that I don't like it. I mean, at +3, it's not a bad bet.
You don't like Miami, though.
I don't.
You didn't like them against Dallas. You didn't like them. You didn't like them against Baltimore.
I don't think they're very good, and I actually think Buffalo are probably going to hurt them more than people
Let me ask you this: do you think Buffalo's a little overrated with their recent streak here? Just think about it. Think about it. Hold on. Just think about it.
I'm thinking. They thought about it this week.
Narrowly lost to Philadelphia, who's not good,
and they outplayed them.
They narrowly beat Kansas City, who hasn't been very good.
Correct.
They barely beat the Chargers, who are not good.
Yeah. Yep.
I think this Buffalo narrative is a little.
No, I think that
maybe it's a little. Maybe they're a little overhyped right now,
and better and stronger and more cohesive, and they're peaking when they should peak. This is like the team hitting the zone when they should hit the zone against a team that's not.
But I don't think they are. Who they beat last week?
It's not about who they beat. It's about the fact that they're winning. They've had to win the last. How many games have they won on the bounce now? 3 on the bounce, I think it is.
Who did they play last week?
Can't really remember. I'm looking at my notes. Chargers last week. No, it was the week before.
Yeah.